Look around you. Every person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, every legend you've ever read about, they all started just like you. No spotlight, no followers, no guarantee, just a vision, a burning fire inside that whispered, "Well, I can do this." And the only difference between them and the rest of the world was this: they listened to that whisper. You have that same fire, that same potential, that same spark of greatness waiting to be unleashed. You may not see it yet, but it's there, hidden behind your doubts, behind your fears, behind the noise of everything trying to make you forget who you are. But the truth is, you were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to rise, to build, to inspire, to conquer. Life will test you. It will break you, shake you, and sometimes make you feel like you're standing alone in the storm. But that's when you must remember, storms don't last forever. They shape you. Every hardship you faced was training. Every setback was preparation. Every failure was a stepping stone. The pain you feel now is not punishment, it's potential. It's the universe sharpening you for something greater. You've come too far to quit now. You've fought battles no one saw. You've survived nights that tried to break you. And yet you're still here, still breathing, still dreaming, still dreaming. That means there's something inside you that refuses to die. That's your power. That's your purpose calling out to you, saying, keep going. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You're not behind. You're in progress. You're in progress. Success doesn't follow a clock. It follows consistency. What you build today in silence will speak loudly tomorrow. Every small step counts. Every quiet effort matters. Every single day you choose to push forward, you're rewriting your story. Don't wait for permission to start. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The perfect time to begin was yesterday. The second best time is right now. You don't need everything figured out. You just need to take one step and then another. Because the moment you move, the universe moves with you. The path reveals itself to those who have the courage to walk it. There will be doubters. There will be days when your confidence fades. But remember, belief isn't built in comfort. It's built in courage. Even if your voice shakes, speak your dream. Even if your legs tremble, take the step. Even if you're scared, do it anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that something greater is worth the fear. One day you'll look back and realize every struggle was worth it. Every tear, every sleepless night, every failure, it all made sense. You'll see how the pieces connected, how the pain became purpose, and how the impossible became your reality. And in that moment, you'll know you didn't just succeed. You became success. So don't stop now. Don't slow down. Don't let the world make you forget your worth. You have something rare, a dream, a fire, a reason. Protect it, feed it. Fight for it, because the world doesn't need more people who play it safe. It needs more people who dare to believe again, and that person is you. The mindset that creates success is already within you. All you have to do is unlock it. Believe in yourself so fiercely that doubt has no room to breathe. Walk like you were chosen. Speak like you were born for greatness. Act like the future is already yours, because it is. It is. Every great story of success begins long before the world notices. It starts in silence in the mind of someone who chooses to believe when there's no reason to. The mindset that creates success is built on one powerful foundation: belief before evidence. You have to see it in your spirit before you can touch it in reality. You have to convince your mind that it's already yours before the world hands it to you. The truth is, most people wait for proof before they believe. They want to see results before they commit. But the great ones, the ones who rise from nothing, they operate differently. They believe first. They trust their vision before it's visible. When they're laughed at, they smile. When they fail, they adjust. When they're doubted, they double their effort. Because their faith is not in what they see. It's in what they know deep inside their soul. Belief is the birthplace of every achievement. Before the airplane existed, it lived in someone's imagination. Before success ever knocks on your door, it's built brick by brick in your thoughts. The world can't give you what your mind rejects. You have to train your thoughts to believe that greatness is possible for you, not just for others. That's how it begins. When you truly believe, your energy changes. You speak differently. You carry yourself differently. You stop chasing validation and start walking in conviction. You no longer need people to clap for you because your belief becomes your own applause. That's when the universe starts responding. MOPA. That's when opportunities begin to appear, not because they suddenly exist, but because now your eyes are open to them. Belief is not fantasy, it's power. It's what turns dreamers into doers. But belief without action is just imagination. You prove your belief through the work you do when nobody's watching. Every time you show up early, every time you practice when you could rest, every time you keep going after rejection. That's belief in motion. What success is made of. Understand this: doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. The people who give up early never lose because they weren't capable. They lose because they didn't believe long enough. Success doesn't happen to the strongest, it happens to the most convinced. You must convince your own mind that quitting is not an option. When life hits you hard, belief is what holds you together. When doors close, belief tells you another will open. When people leave, belief reminds you that you still have yourself, and that's enough to start again. Your belief becomes your anchor when everything else shakes. So if you want to build success, start by building your faith in yourself. Don't wait for someone else to see your potential. Don't let the world define what you're capable of. Believe before you see. Speak your dream as if it already happened. Walk in it, act in it, live in it. Because the moment you believe, your journey begins. And no force on earth can stop a mind that's convinced it was born to win. Every champion you admire today has one thing in common. They've all been through pain. Real pain. The kind that tests your will, your patience, and your heart. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up isn't luck or talent. It's how they handle the struggle. The mindset that creates success doesn't avoid pain. It embraces it. It doesn't run from the storm. It walks through it knowing that growth lives on the other side. You see, struggle is not a punishment. It's a preparation. Every time life gets tough, it's training you for something bigger. The pressure you feel today is shaping the strength you'll need tomorrow. You can't become strong without resistance. You can't become wise without mistakes. The people who try to take shortcuts to success always end up lost because they skip the very steps that build character. When you face struggle, you have two choices. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. Most people pray for an easy life, but the truth is, easy lives create soft minds. The great ones, the unstoppable ones, they understand that pain is part of progress. They don't say, "Oh, why me?" They say, "Try me." They turn setbacks into lessons and wounds into wisdom. There's something powerful about a person who doesn't quit when it hurts. Someone who keeps showing up even when their body is tired and their mind is screaming to stop. That kind of mindset is dangerous because the world can't control it. You can't defeat someone who has learned to find meaning in their struggle. That's when you realize pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Think about it. Every failure, every rejection, every delay is building your mental toughness. The moment you stop running from difficulty and start learning from it, everything changes. You begin to understand that success isn't about avoiding pain. It's about transforming it. The pressure you feel is proof that you're in the process of becoming something greater. Diamonds are made under pressure. Muscles grow under tension. Minds evolve through challenge. But here's the truth most people don't want to face. Success will cost you comfort. You'll lose sleep, you'll lose friends, you'll lose people who don't understand your vision. You'll face loneliness, doubt, and days when you question if it's even worth it. But that's the path. The struggle is not there to stop you. It's there to prepare you for the weight of success. Every time you endure pain, you earn power. Every time you stay committed when it's uncomfortable, you separate yourself from the average. Because average people quit when it hurts. Successful people push through. The struggle shapes your mindset, and your mindset shapes your destiny. So embrace it. Don't run from hard days. Don't hide from failure. Let it refine you, not define you. Let it harden your resolve, not your heart. Every scar you carry tells a story of survival, of growth, of courage. The world remembers the ones who refuse to fall. When you embrace the struggle, you stop fearing it. You start seeing it as part of the process, part of the blessing. You realize that nothing worthwhile comes without effort. So the next time life knocks you down, don't ask, "Oh, why me?" Stand up, look that pain in the eye and say, because I'm built for this. Because the truth is, success doesn't belong to those who never struggle. It belongs to those who never surrender. Motivation is beautiful, but it's temporary. It comes in waves, strong one day, gone the next. But consistency is eternal. It's not about how loud your fire burns today. It's about how long you can keep it burning when the world goes dark. The mindset that creates success doesn't rely on feelings. It relies on commitment. You see, motivation might start your engine, but consistency keeps you moving when the road gets rough. Most people only work hard when they feel inspired. They post quotes, they make plans, they talk big, but when the feeling fades, so does the effort. That's why so many dreams die halfway. But those who build legacies, those who make their names echo through time, they show up no matter how they feel. Consistency means doing the work when you're tired, when it's boring, when no one's clapping, and when progress feels invisible. Success doesn't show up all at once. It hides in the small things you do daily. Every early morning, every late night, every moment you choose discipline over distraction. That's what builds your empire. One small step at a time, every single day. People think greatness comes from big actions, but it doesn't. It comes from the quiet, repetitive grind that nobody sees. Kobe Bryant didn't become great because he practiced once in a while. He became great because he practiced every single day, long after the crowd went home. Success is not built on excitement. It's built on endurance. The ones who win are the ones who stay consistent long after the excitement fades. There will be days when you don't feel like it, days when your body says stop, your mind says rest, and your spirit says quit. But that's when you separate yourself from the rest. When you move even without motivation, you prove your purpose is stronger than your mood. That's where transformation happens. In those moments when nobody's watching, when it's not fun anymore, when it's just you and your commitment. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to be the fastest or the smartest. You just have to be the most consistent. Because consistency compounds. The small things you do daily become the habits that shape your destiny. Miss one day, you might not feel it. Miss a week, you start to slip. Miss a month, and you're back at zero. But when you stay locked in, when you keep showing up, the universe starts working with you instead of against you. Consistency is proof of faith. It means you trust the process even when the results aren't visible yet. It means you plant seeds today knowing they won't bloom overnight. It's patience in action. It's showing up with no applause, no recognition, and no guarantee, because you know in your soul that every drop of sweat is a down payment on your future. So stop waiting for motivation to show up. It's not coming every day, but your dream is waiting. Your purpose is waiting. Your better self is waiting. If you only move when it's easy, you'll never move far. The mindset that creates success is built on showing up, especially when it's hard, because when you stay consistent, the results become inevitable. It's not if, it's a when. Every great success story is written in the language of discipline. So keep showing up, keep grinding, keep building even when no one's watching, because one day the world will. And on that day, you'll realize it wasn't motivation that got you there. It was consistency. Failure, the word that makes most people stop, but it's the very thing that teaches the winners how to move. Every successful person you've ever admired has a long list of failures behind them. But the difference is, they didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. The mindset that creates success doesn't fear failure. It studies it, learns from it, and uses it as fuel to go even further. You see, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the pathway to it. Every time you fall, you learn something about yourself that success could never teach. You learn your limits, your strength, your patience, and your hunger. Failure exposes weakness, but it also reveals potential. It's the mirror that shows you what still needs to grow. Most people run from that reflection. The great ones face it. Think about it. The airplane was built after hundreds of crashes. Light came to the world after thousands of failed experiments. The greatest inventions, the greatest performances, the greatest human achievements, all were born from failure. So how could you fear something that has built everything powerful around you? The only real failure is refusing to learn. Every time you fail, life is asking you a question. Are you going to quit, or are you going to grow? The people who win don't escape failure. They evolve through it. They take every loss as a lesson, every rejection as redirection. They don't say, I failed. They say, I learned. Because when your mindset shifts like that, failure loses its power to destroy you. The truth is, success can be a terrible teacher. It makes you comfortable. It makes you proud. Makes you proud. But failure humbles you. It resets you. It teaches you resilience, empathy, focus, and gratitude. It forces you to think, to adjust, to rebuild. That's how the mind becomes strong. That's how a champion is born. When you fail, don't waste that moment feeling sorry for yourself. Sit with it. Ask yourself, What went wrong? What can I do better? What did this teach me? And then move forward, because the longer you stare at the mistake, the more it defines you. But the faster you learn from it, the more it refines you. Don't let failure be your excuse. Let it be your education. Some of the world's most successful people failed more times than others even tried. They kept swinging. They kept fighting. Because they knew every failure was one step closer to success. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. And that's the biggest failure of all. When you adopt this mindset, failure no longer scares you. You stop playing small. You stop hesitating. You understand that even if you fall, you'll rise smarter, stronger, and sharper than before. Every setback becomes setup for your comeback. You start to realize the lesson you learn in failure is often the exact key you'll need for your breakthrough. So the next time you fail, don't say, "I'm done." Say, "I'm not done yet." Don't close the book. Turn the page. Let every mistake be a chapter in your story, not the ending. You are not your failures. You are what you learn from them. Remember this: failure is feedback, not defeat. It's life's way of asking, how bad do you want it? So rise again, learn again, build again, because every time you fail and still choose to keep going, you're not starting from zero, you're starting from experience. And that experience, my friend, is what builds unstoppable success. Odds. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you will ever own, but like every weapon, it must be guarded, sharpened, and used with precision. The mindset that creates success understands one simple truth: what you allow inside your mind shapes your entire reality. If you feed it doubt, you'll live in fear. If you feed it faith, you'll move mountains. That's why you must protect your mind from negativity like your life depends on it, because it does. Negativity is silent poison. It creeps in through conversation, social media, toxic people, and even your own thoughts. One negative voice, one discouraging word can plant a seed of doubt that grows into paralysis. You start believing you can't, you're not ready, you're not good enough. And before you know it, your dreams begin to fade. Not because the world stopped you, but because you let your own thoughts convince you to stop. That's why successful people are careful about what they listen to and who they spend time with. They know that energy is contagious. Sit with doubters long enough, and you'll start doubting yourself. Stay around complainers, and you'll begin to complain too. But surround yourself with visionaries, doers, believers, and your mindset transforms. The people you allow into your space either plant seeds of growth or weeds of destruction. Choose wisely. You can't control every thought that enters your mind, but you can control which ones you entertain. When a negative thought whispers, "You can't do it," you have to answer, "Watch me." When your inner voice says, "You've failed too many times," you respond, "And then I've learned more than most." You have to become the gatekeeper of your mental world, allowing only thoughts that serve your purpose and strengthen your spirit. Negativity is loud, but so is faith, if you give it a voice. The more you focus on gratitude, discipline, and belief, the quieter the noise becomes. You can't think positive once and expect a lifetime of strength. You must train your mind daily, the same way athletes train their bodies. Every morning you choose your mental diet: what you watch, what you read, what you speak, what you think. Are you feeding your strength or your weakness? The greatest battles are not fought in the gym, the boardroom, or the stage. They're fought in the mind. That's where success is won or lost. Because even the most talented person in the world can lose everything if they let negativity take root. But a person with a strong, guarded mind, they can lose everything and still find a way to rebuild. That's power. You have to learn to walk away from negative energy. Protect your peace like it's gold. Don't argue with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the voice of your purpose. Silence the doubt. Block the distractions. Remind yourself daily that your mind is your home. Don't let garbage move in. When you control your mind, you control your destiny. Because every action, every decision, every step you take begins as a thought. If your thoughts are pure, focused, and strong, your life will mirror that strength. But if your thoughts are polluted by fear and doubt, your reality will reflect that chaos. So guard your mind like a warrior. Feed it with books that inspire you, words that empower you, people who believe in you, and silence that centers you. You don't owe anyone access to your energy. Protect your space. Protect your vision. Protect your peace. Because when your mind is clear, your path becomes clear. And when your mind is strong, there is nothing, no failure, no fear, no noise that can stop you but perfection. It's the silent killer of progress. The mindset that creates success doesn't chase perfection, it chases growth. Because perfection is an illusion, but growth is real. Too many people never start because they're waiting for everything to be perfect. The perfect time, the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity. But here's the truth. If you keep waiting for perfect, you'll spend your whole life waiting. Nothing in this world begins perfect. Everything begins in progress. Think about a seed. It doesn't become a tree overnight. It breaks, it grows roots in the dark, and it pushes through the dirt before it ever sees sunlight. That's growth. Uncomfortable, unseen, but unstoppable. Perfection would have told that seed, you're too small, too weak, too late. But growth says, hey, keep going, you're becoming something. And that's the difference. The greatest achievers you know, the artists, the leaders, the legends, they weren't perfect. They failed, they stumbled, they doubted themselves, but they kept learning. They understood that mistakes aren't signs of weakness. They're proof of effort. Every time you mess up, every time you fall short, you're not losing, you're learning. Growth means giving yourself permission to evolve, to make mistakes, to be human, and to keep pushing forward anyway. Perfectionists want to look right. Growth-minded people want to get better. One lives for appearance, the other lives for progress. When you focus on growth, you stop being afraid of failure because you see it as part of the process. You stop comparing yourself to others because you understand that everyone's race is different. You start measuring success not by how fast you're going, but by how far you've come. That's when peace replaces pressure. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you step into the unknown, when you stretch yourself beyond what you thought you could handle. Growth is messy, uncomfortable, and often lonely, but it's the only path that leads to real transformation. When you grow, you shed your old skin, your old habits, your old limits. It's not supposed to feel easy. It's supposed to feel worth it. Perfection is about control. Growth is about courage. Courage. Yeah. The perfectionist says, I'll start when I'm ready. The growth-minded says, I'll start now and I'll learn as I go. That one difference changes everything, because action creates clarity. You can read every book, watch every video, plan every step, but none of it matters until you move. Growth demands movement. Even when you make progress that no one sees, keep going. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, keep going, because growth often hides behind patience. You may not notice the change today, but one day you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The person who doubted themselves yesterday is now doing things they once thought impossible, all because they chose progress over perfection. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start with what you have, where you are, and who you are. Your growth will make you ready. Every challenge will train you. Every mistake will teach you. Every success will strengthen you. Life rewards those who are willing to learn, not those who demand to be flawless. Remember this, perfection is the enemy of progress. Don't waste your life chasing flawless, chase fearless. Grow a little every day. Learn a little every day. Improve a little every day. Improve a little every day. Because when you focus on growth, perfection becomes irrelevant. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be better than you were yesterday. That's how winners think. That's how champions rise. That's how the mindset that creates success is built. Not through perfection, but through constant, courageous, unstoppable growth. Every great success starts twice. First in the mind, then in reality. Before it exists in the world, it must exist in your imagination. The mindset that creates success doesn't just dream, it visualizes. It sees the destination before the journey begins, but visualization alone isn't enough. It must be paired with purpose and action. Vision gives you direction. Purpose gives you power. Action gives you progress. Together, they make you unstoppable. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the life you want, not the one others expect of you, but the one that makes your soul come alive. See it vividly. The sound, the place, the feeling of peace and pride when you reach that point. That picture in your mind isn't fantasy. It's a preview of your potential. The mind is the blueprint and your actions are the builders. What you see in your imagination, you can build with your hands. If your purpose is clear and your actions are consistent. You see, purpose is what keeps you moving when motivation fades. It's that voice that says, I can't stop now. I was made for this. Purpose doesn't need applause. It doesn't need validation. It only needs clarity. Once you understand your why, your how becomes stronger. Most people wander because they never define their purpose. They chase money, fame, comfort, and end up lost. But when you move with purpose, you can lose everything and still have direction. Visualization helps you connect with that purpose. The whole boat. When you truly see your dream, when you can feel it like it's already real, you begin to attract the steps that bring it to life. But this isn't magic. It's mindset. The clearer your vision, the sharper your focus. The sharper your focus, the greater your action. The greater your action, the faster your results. That's the cycle of success. It all starts with vision and ends with victory. But don't make the mistake of dreaming without doing. So many people live in the fantasy of a someday. They talk about what they'll do when things are right, but never take the first step. Vision without action is a wish. Purpose without effort is noise. You have to move, even if it's small, even if it's slow, even if no one sees you. Every step counts. Every act of courage adds up. When you visualize, your mind starts to believe. When you act, your belief becomes real. The most powerful people in the world are not those who had the biggest resources. They're the ones who had the biggest reasons. Their purpose burned so deeply that failure couldn't shake them. They kept visualizing the finish line even when they were crawling through the dirt. That's what purpose does. It makes you unstoppable. The world moves for those who know where they're going. Vision is not just about success, it's about alignment. When your thoughts, words, and actions move in the same direction, you become a force of nature. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. You start walking like you already own your destiny, not with arrogance, but with certainty. So, see it before it happens. Feel it before it's real. Speak it before you have it. That's how winners move. They live in their future while building in their present. Every morning, remind yourself of your purpose. Every night, visualize where you're going. And every day in between, act like you're already there. Because the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait for signs. It comes to those who create them. Visualize your dream, align your actions, and let purpose drive your every step. That's how you turn imagination into manifestation, and that's how the mindset that creates success is born. Success isn't a mystery. It's not luck, not fate, not some secret reserved for the chosen few. It's a mindset, a way of thinking, a way of being. Every person who has ever risen from nothing to something had to first win a war within their own mind. The battle wasn't against people. It wasn't against circumstances. It was against doubt, fear, laziness, and the comfort of average. The mindset that creates success is forged in discipline, sharpened through struggle, and fueled by unwavering belief. You see, the world doesn't hand you greatness. It tests you for it. Every challenge, every setback, every lonely night where you wonder if it's even worth it. That's the world asking, how bad do you really want it? And your answer can't just be words. It has to be action. Every single time you choose to keep going, every time you push through when you could have quit, you're proving that your dream deserves to live. Remember this, success is not an event, it's a process. It's not about reaching one goal, it's about becoming someone who never stops growing. You don't climb one mountain and stop. You look for the next one. You build a stronger mindset, a deeper hunger, and a greater purpose, because success is not something you chase, it's something you become. And the moment you become it, life bends to your will. You've learned that belief is your foundation. Without belief, every plan collapses. You've learned that failure isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. You've learned that consistency is greater than motivation, that purpose is greater than comfort, and that resilience is greater than talent. You've learned that vision without action is just a dream, and action without purpose is just noise. Everything connects, every principle forms a chain, and that chain holds together the person you're becoming. There will be days when you feel invisible, when the work doesn't seem to matter. Days when success feels far away. But that's exactly when your mindset is being built. Every time you stay disciplined in silence, every time you trust the process without applause, you're laying the bricks of your destiny. And when the results finally come, and they will come, they won't just be proof that you made it. They'll be proof that you never gave up. Because the truth is, most people stop right before they see results. They give up in the waiting room of success. Don't be one of them. Success. Don't be one of them. You didn't come this far to quit now. You've already faced storms, doubts, and darkness, and you're still standing. That means you're strong enough to finish. You're built for more. Your purpose didn't choose you by accident. It chose you because you have the strength to carry it. So wherever you are right now, make this decision. No more half effort, no more waiting for motivation, no more shrinking your vision to fit your fear. From this moment, decide to think differently, act differently, and believe differently. Because once your mindset changes, everything changes. Everything changes. The mindset that creates success isn't about ego. It's about evolution. It's about rising beyond limits, beyond excuses, beyond doubt. It's about knowing that your dream is possible and proving it every single day. Now go. Walk with purpose. Move with conviction. Let your discipline speak louder than your words, because your story isn't done. It's just getting started. And when the world finally sees your success, let them know it wasn't luck, it was mindset. Good luck. Stay focused, stay hungry, and never forget. You already have what it takes. The world is just waiting for you to believe it. Look around you. Every person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, every legend you've ever read about, they all started just like you. No spotlight, no followers, no guarantee, just a vision. A burning fire inside that whispered, "I can do this." And the only difference between them and the rest of the world was this. They listened to that whisper. You have that same fire, that same potential, that same spark of greatness waiting to be unleashed. You may not see it yet, but it's there. Hidden behind your doubts, behind your fears, behind the noise of everything trying to make you forget who you are. But the truth is, you were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to rise, to build, to inspire, to conquer. Life will test you. It will break you, shake you, and sometimes make you feel like you're standing alone in the storm. But that's when you must remember, storms don't last forever, though. They shape you. Every hardship you faced was training. Every setback was preparation. Every failure was a stepping stone. The pain you feel now is not punishment. It's potential. It's the universe sharpening you for something greater. You've come too far to quit now. You've fought battles no one saw. You've survived nights that tried to break you. And yet, you're still here. Still breathing. Still dreaming. Still dreaming. Still dreaming. That means there's something inside you that refuses to die. That's your power. That's your purpose calling out to you, saying, "Hey, keep going. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You're not behind. You're in progress." Success doesn't follow a clock. It follows consistency. What you build today in silence will speak loudly tomorrow. Every small step counts. Every quiet effort matters. Every single day you choose to push forward, you're rewriting your story. Don't wait for permission to start. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The perfect time to begin was yesterday. The second best time is right now. You don't need everything figured out. You just need to take one step and then another, because the moment you move, the universe moves with you. The path reveals itself to those who have the courage to walk it. There will be doubters. There will be days when your confidence fades. But remember, belief isn't built in comfort. It's built in courage. Even if your voice shakes, speak your dream. Even if your legs tremble, take the step. Even if you're scared, do it anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that something greater is worth the fear. One day, you'll look back and realize every struggle was worth it. Every tear, every sleepless night, every failure, it all made sense. You'll see how the pieces connected, how the pain became purpose, and how the impossible became your reality. And in that moment, you'll know you didn't just succeed, you became success. So don't stop now. Don't slow down. Don't let the world make you forget your worth. You have something rare, a dream, a fire, a reason. Protect it, feed it, fight for it. Because the world doesn't need more people who play it safe. It needs more people who dare to believe again. And that person is you. The mindset that creates success is already within you. All you have to do is unlock it. Believe in yourself so fiercely that doubt has no room to breathe. Walk like you were chosen. Speak like you were born for greatness. Act like the future is already yours, because it is.